Awesome. So, welcome back. So, to this point, we've spent time basically logging into Bitwave, setting up your various wallets to ensure that we can get your transactions into the system. Now we're getting into one of the core modules of Bitwave, which is the accounting module. And it's useful to spend a little bit of time just understanding from a conceptual perspective how it works or the workflow within it. So ultimately, we get the transactions from a lot of the wallets and exchanges and non-custodial wallets that you've set up. So we get those transactions in, and the accounting journey or accounting workflow is kind of a two-step workflow. The first part of it is the categorization, or what most people probably refer to as a preparer. This is where we're coding the actual transactions to a certain account. And then the second part of it is what we call reconciliation and sync, or others might call a reviewer, which is where you're reviewing what has been coded or accounted for to make sure it's appropriate before you sync it or send it or push it to your GL or ERP solution. So it's kind of a two-step process. You can look at a categorization and then reconciliation and sync, or some other terminology, preparer and reviewer, and then that gets pushed into the subsequent processes. Now, within categorization, and we'll spend some time on this in this section, there's individual categorization, which involves actually categorizing transaction by transaction, or rules engine based categorizations, which is categorizing in kind of more of an automated way based on a certain set of rules. Now, your wallets would have to be set up appropriately and the data occurring within them to enable rules-based categorization. Usually we see a combination of both, but over time as finance departments and groups get more disciplined, they tend to be able to do more rules-based and then catching the exceptions through individual categorization. But it's definitely a journey where mostly you start up with individual categorization, and as you understand the process and that sort of thing, you increase your amount of rules-based. And then so once this section is done, transactions are going to be categorized to the appropriate account and contacts, and those are then moved into a second section where they can be reviewed to make sure they're appropriate. And then once the review is complete, you can actually look at the sync process as kind of posting to your GL, right? We're pushing into your GL software. Now, for clients who do not have a GL or ERP software, that's fine. We have a number of clients that actually use Bitwave as kind of a subledger and general ledger, or they use it and grab the journal entry report at the end of it and then manually book. That is a way that people do that, but for the most part, the majority of our clients will actually use this function to review and then subsequently push. So just important to understand that two-step process. We'll go through the details of each one and actually looking in the system for how that is occurring.